Klaus and the Crying Snowman #1. If you haven't been reading, Grant Morrison did a couple of different Klaus miniseries based on Santa Claus and how basically his origin story, how he became Santa Claus. Grant Morrison's Klaus is a lot bloodier than the dude in red, giving presents and saying ho ho ho. This guy is he's pretty badass. And this is the newest one, Klaus and the Crying Snowman. As you can see, the snowman is basically an absentee dad. He's going to try to defeat him before he melts away and is gone forever. So the Boom Studios has been doing really well with Klaus. I really like these stories. Grant Morrison is a great writer. You should pick it up. You'll never look at Santa Claus in the mall the same way again. Archie Comics is going to have 2 more supernatural series based on Riverdale. This is, they've already put out Afterlife with Archie, dealing with the zombies, and The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Oh, and he also had Jughead the Hunger and Vampironica. So they are no strangers to the horror genre. They are putting out 2 new ones. Blossoms 666, which is going to cover the 2 twins. One of the twins is the Antichrist. They don't know which twin it is. Even the twins don't know, but they both want that title. So that should be interesting. And then you have Jughead the Hunger versus Vampironica. Jughead the Hunger, he was a werewolf, and in Vampironica, Veronica was a vampire. Wow, sorry about that. So yeah, this one's going to it's going to be Jughead the Hunger versus Vampironica. It's going to be werewolves versus vampires. The first one, Blossom 666, is slated for January of 2019, with Jughead the Hunger versus Vampironica coming shortly after that in 2019. And here's a one of the this is the main title. I'm sure there'll be other covers. And here's what they're proposing is the cover for Jughead the Hunger versus Vampironica. If you're into Archie, and Archie's been really well written lately, and you like horror, 2 great things that go great together. This next comic is kind of weird. It's kind of out there. Freedom Fighters. It's from DC. It features they're calling it an all-new, all-different Hitler. I'm guessing that's kind of a dig at Marvel because they had their all-new, all-different line. And so DC figured they would try it. This is set on Earth X, a different dimension. And on Earth X, Germany won. And the Hitler family has been ruling the world ever since then. So Hitler's son is in power right now, and his grandson is kind of second in charge. Hitler's son's more pragmatic, while his son is just very brutal about how he does things. So they are trying to find the freedom fighters and snuff them out. And it's going to be a good play between, Hitler's son and grandson. There's always this weird fascination with Hitler. People just love to make comic books with Hitler. This, I'm not sure. It's coming out in December. I'll probably read the first one, Freedom Fighters #1, just to see what it's all about. I don't know if it's going to be enough shock value just to have Hitler and his sons to sell this book. They're going to have to actually have a good story to keep people interested past #1. We'll find out in December. Death of Inhumans. #4, there's going to be some spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, you're in the wrong place. They have been killing off tons of it. The Kree came back to Adelon, and they killed off almost all the Inhumans except for the royal family. They used a superior Inhuman named Vox to go through, and he's just been supposedly wiping out the royal family. Come to find out, not really. What you thought was them disintegrating was actually them being teleported. So they're collecting them, and Vox is really, they thought Maximus was dead. It was, Vox was Maximus. The problem is, Vox is not really a person, it's programming. So they just throw that programming on any of the Inhumans and use them as their enforcer.